Thousands of acres, hundreds of officers, helicopters, drones, FBI agents. For hours, everyone believed they were searching for a missing 4-year-old little girl. But investigators would soon make a discovery that changed everything. According to authorities, there had never been a missing child. Instead, they alleged the little girl had already been dead for nearly a month, and the people leading police on a desperate search were her own parents. This is the tragic case of Javeayah Harris. A family's worst nightmare, or so it seemed. On the evening of June 30th, 2026, emergency dispatchers in Aiken County, South Carolina, received a frantic report. 22-year-old Javeayah Harris called 911.
Okay, how long ago did you see her, ma'am? When was the last time you saw her?
I just came out here like no less than 20 to 30 minutes. So I went in the house to cook dinner, and I told her it's time to come in once it starts getting dark. And when I came out here, I just...
Okay, just take a breath from me, okay? I already have them on the way to you, okay?
She claimed her 4-year-old daughter, Javeayah Harris, had disappeared while playing outside their home. According to investigators, Herring said she had briefly gone inside to prepare dinner before returning to find the little girl gone. The report triggered exactly the kind of response authorities reserve for every missing child. Because when a child disappears, every minute matters. Within hours, an enormous search operation was underway. Deputies, state investigators, the FBI, search and rescue teams, helicopters scanned the sky, drones searched from above, K-9 units tracked possible scents. Volunteers combed through woods, fields, and nearby neighborhoods. More than 5,000 acres were searched. Neighbors prayed, parents hugged their own children a little tighter. Across South Carolina, people shared Javeayah's photo, hoping someone had seen her. At that point, no one imagined investigators were searching for someone they would never find alive. As the search continued, detectives focused on more than just the surrounding area. They also began examining the timeline. Every statement, every movement, every detail provided by the parents. Experienced investigators know that missing child cases often depend on one thing: consistency. When timelines begin to conflict, questions begin to grow. Authorities have not publicly detailed every investigative step, but court documents later revealed that detectives uncovered evidence suggesting Javeayah's disappearance story was false. The investigation was quietly changing direction. Only days after the search began, everything changed. According to arrest warrants, both parents confessed during the investigation. Authorities alleged that Javeayah had actually suffered severe injuries during physical abuse. Investigators say neither parent sought medical treatment despite the seriousness of those injuries. Instead, according to the warrants, they allegedly allowed the child to die. The missing child investigation had become a homicide investigation. Perhaps one of the most disturbing allegations in the case is the timeline itself. Investigators say Javeayah had been dead for approximately 1 month before the 911 call was ever made. If true, that means while family members, neighbors, and law enforcement believed they were racing against time, the child they were searching for had already died weeks earlier. The emotional impact on investigators became immediately apparent. Sheriff Marty Sawyer later described the case as one of the most heartbreaking investigations his department had ever handled. According to investigators, the tragedy did not end with Javeayah's death. Authorities alleged that her parents attempted to conceal what had happened. Court documents state they used corrosive chemicals and other tools in an effort to destroy evidence. Investigators further alleged that Javeayah's remains were transported roughly 100 miles away from Aiken County. The destination, Cedar Creek Reservoir, also known locally as Stumpy Pond. If investigators are correct, this was not simply an attempt to hide a crime, it was an effort to erase it. The search resumed, but this time authorities were no longer looking for a missing child. They were searching for evidence. Divers entered the reservoir. Investigators searched the shoreline. Forensic teams worked methodically through difficult conditions. Eventually, authorities recovered partial human remains. DNA testing later confirmed those remains belonged to Javeayah Harris. Sheriff Sawyer said the condition of the remains made it unlikely that her entire body would ever be recovered. It was another devastating moment for everyone involved. Following the investigation, authorities arrested both parents. Javeayah Harris was charged with homicide by child abuse, destruction and desecration of human remains.
You're charged with destruction or removal of human remains. There is a mandatory 1 year up to 10 years in prison. It will be heard in General Sessions Court. I know your bond was denied the homicide by child abuse.
Javeayah Harris was charged with homicide by child abuse, filing a false police report, destruction and desecration of human remains.
You're charged
These charges are allegations. Both defendants remain presumed innocent unless proven guilty in court. A magistrate judge denied bond.
Based on the totality of the circumstances, I do find that you're a flight risk and a danger to the community, and I'm going to deny your bond.
Their case is expected to continue before a circuit court. For the people of Aiken County, the investigation left deep emotional scars. Residents had searched, volunteers had prayed, families had hoped. Many believed they were helping rescue a missing little girl. Instead, they learned they had unknowingly become part of an investigation into her death. Community members later gathered for vigils to remember Javeayah's life. A life that lasted only 4 years. The criminal case is still moving through South Carolina's court system. Prosecutors are expected to present forensic evidence, investigative findings, and the alleged confessions during future court proceedings. Defense attorneys will have the opportunity to challenge the state's evidence and present their own case. As with every criminal prosecution, the outcome will ultimately be decided in court. For now, many questions remain unanswered. Javeayah Harris was only 4 years old, a child whose disappearance united an entire community. But according to investigators, the heartbreaking truth had been hidden long before the first emergency call was ever made. As the legal process continues, one thing remains certain: an entire community is still searching not for a missing child, but for justice.
To experience the love that she was not able to experience while she was on this earth. And as you can see, she's getting it.
If you enjoy fact-based true crime documentaries covering ongoing investigations and courtroom developments, consider subscribing for future updates as this case continues through the justice system.